Anderson Cooper and Martha Raddatz had a tough job to do, corralling two agile candidates on one of the most raucous weekends of this extraordinary presidential campaign.
Thank you very much. We're very honored to be here.
There's been plenty of pressure on moderators this year, with questions about when they should fact-check and when they should interrupt. Cooper and Raddatz made clear they were confident and would follow their instincts.
Martha and I will ask follow-up questions, but the night really belongs to the people in this room.
They challenged both candidates with sharp, provocative questions.
Secretary Clinton, you want Assad to go. You advocated arming rebels, but it looks like that may be too late for Aleppo. You talk about diplomatic efforts. Those have failed. Ceasefires have failed.
Anderson Cooper brought up the video of Trump's lewd remarks. He characterized the comments as boasting about sexual assault.
You bragged that you have sexually assaulted women. Do you understand that?
No, I didn't say that at all. I don't think you understood what was said. This was locker room talk.
When Donald Trump dismissed it as merely locker room talk, Cooper pressed him several times to say whether or not he had sexually assaulted anyone in the past.
Just for the record, though, are you saying that what you said on that bus 11 years ago, that you did not actually kiss women without consent or grope women without consent?
I have great respect for women. Nobody has more respect for women than I do.
So for the record, you're saying you never did that?
I said things that, frankly, you hear these things are said, and I was embarrassed by it, but I have tremendous respect for women.
Have you ever done those things?
Women have respect for me, and I will tell you, no, I have not.
The moderators confronted Hillary Clinton on her comments that half of Trump's supporters were a basket of deplorables.
How can you unite a country if you've written off tens of millions of Americans?
The moderators pressed Trump on his foreign policy plans, at one point getting him to publicly disagree with his running mate, Governor Mike Pence.
Oh, and I want to remind you what your running mate said.
He and I haven't spoken, and I disagree. I disagree.
You disagree with your running mate?
I think we have to knock out ISIS.
The moderators even made some news, a rarity for a presidential debate. Under intense questioning, Trump admitted for the first time that he had used a major financial loss to avoid paying federal income taxes for many years.
Did you use that $916 million loss to avoid paying personal federal income taxes?
Of course I do. Of course I do. And so do.
Trump became irritated, especially at Raddatz, who he accused of interrupting him too quickly and letting Clinton speak for longer.
Mr. Trump, I want to get to audience questions and online questions.
So she's allowed to do that, but I'm not allowed to respond.
You're going to get to respond right now.
Well, that sounds fair. I'd like to know, Anderson, why aren't you bringing up the emails? I'd like to know. Why aren't you
getting
brought up
the emails?
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. And it hasn't been finished at all.
Ken Carpowitz has a question.
It's nice to 1 on 3.
Answer the question.
Why don't
do you still believe
her? You
I
interrupt
do.
me all the time. Why don't you interrupt her?
Would you please explain?
The moderators managed to keep a tight control on the 90-minute event, cutting off answers that were going too long and moving candidates back onto the subject at hand.
We're going to move on to Syria. Both of you have mentioned that.
She said a lot of things.
I
mean, I think we should be allowed
no,
to maybe
Mr. Trump, we're going to go on. This is about the audience.
Disaster.
Sometimes the moderators sounded like school marms. They chastised the audience for cheering.
Can we please hold the applause?
In the first debate,
the audience needs to calm down here.
It was a solid performance on a high-stakes, raucous night.
Good night, everyone.